Hey all, J-Man here. I just wanted to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires. Welcome to our WWE live stream. Now, we do these whenever there's a pay-per-view. So we're going to talk about Backlash 2024. If for some reason you're watching this and it's 2025, we're doing 2024 right now. You're late. You're like 1 year late to this stream. Like, really? I mean, come on. So before we start, let's talk about what's going on this week. We got a lot of good stuff coming up this week. Monday, that is tomorrow, episode 41 of the Legion live stream. We are doing Superboy. We got 3 Superboys, and the 4th Superboy is actually Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes. This is 197. That you can't miss this one. You absolutely cannot miss this. This is now the beginning of the great Legion stories. Timberwolf goes insane, and it's just an absolute killer story. That is Monday. So from now on, Mondays are must-watch live streams. Like, if you missed the other ones, if you missed the first 40 episodes, well, then you missed 40 episodes. You can go back and check out the playlist. But you cannot miss this. If you are a Legion fan, these are the ones now. The 3 stories prior to this are fine, but 197. And then from here on, man, every Monday is going to be must-watch Mondays. So the Legion live stream's going crazy. Friday, Fantastic Fridays are back. I took a break last week because I had some personal stuff to do. But we're back this Friday with a lot of great little stories here. 4 stories from the Fantastic Four. These will be a lot of fun. You got Dr. Doom. You got well, I don't know. Are we calling that guy King or not? Or I don't know. Well, whatever. We'll see. We got the Molecule Man. Oh my gosh! So a lot of great stuff on Friday. That'll be a lot of fun. And then we are coming up to about a week or so away from the Transformers 40th anniversary special screening in cinemas. Sean and I are going to this on May 15th. To check this out. So we'll try to take some video and stuff if we're there. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But we will talk about it on a future Transformers stream. We are going to finish up season 3. There's 2 episodes left of the Transformers season 3 live stream. So we're going to finish up season 3 this month. Well, we will finish season 3 this month. And then we're going to do X-Men. X-Men, the animated series. That's going to be next up. And then we'll eventually get to X-Men 97 because the X-Men animated series isn't that huge. So we should be able to get to that pretty good. So yeah, 2 more live streams for Transformers. And this Monday, starting the Legion. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this. I can't wait for tomorrow to start this Legion stuff with 197. I bought a shit ton of Superboy comics today. The video hasn't posted yet. The video will probably post after this. So check that video out if you want to see all the Superboy stuff. I wore this to the convention today and bought a lot of Superboy stuff. And everyone knows me as the Superboy guy anyways, so it didn't really matter. I literally got to the convention and there's a guy, he's like, J-Man, I literally pulled the Superboys. They're right here. I was like, let me do a round. I'll come back and look at these. It's like, all right, they're right here for you. No problem. So it's great to be known as the Superboy Legion guy. One guy's like, so you're looking for Batman comics? I'm like, see, if you would have said you're looking for Superboy comics, I would have paid you full price for your comics. But now that you guessed wrong based on my shirt, you thought you were funny saying Batman. Now you're going to have to give me 50% off. So he ended up giving me 60% off. So that was really nice. He already gave me 60% off, not because he guessed wrong, but because he knows me and he's a cool guy. All right, let's get going. Talk some wrestling here. Let's bring in my co-host for all wrestling streams. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man. Hey.
All right, let's talk about Backlash. There's a poll up. Oh, we have some votes already.
Yes, I voted as well.
You voted as well. So we've got basically, I can't give a 1 out of 5. I don't think anyone's going to really give a 1 out of 5 on any kind of event, but I've got a 5 out of 5, a 4 out of 5, a 3 out of 5. So that's where we're at for that poll. Okay, there wasn't that many matches, right?
So under Triple H, they've stopped doing all those matches. He's more concentrating on a few matches with a good storyline. As opposed,
I like that better.
Yeah, I do too.
I found I was able to follow this better. Like we'll talk about the quality of the matches. That we'll get to that. But I was when I looked at the Wikipedia page, I thought, okay, let me get my notes prepared. I was like, oh, I'll be able to, do these notes pretty easily.
Yeah, so, 5 matches is very manageable.
Oh, that's Joe? Please restate that comment in French. Please rewrite your comment en français.
Yeah.
En français, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, one of the best and annoying live crowds of all time. I agree.
I think France
100% with Joe.
Yeah, they definitely need they need more events, I guess, because they were just they were into it. Like maybe a little bit like too much.
So there was a couple of things. Like, first of all, there are performers on this. Not only this, but the SmackDown was in Lyon as well.
Yeah,
both events had performers who got reaction that never get reaction. Right? No one boos Damage Control. No one cares about Damage Control.
Right.
Now Bayley's left. No one gives a damn about it. But like Kabuki Warriors came out and they were booing. There was stuff like people were being cheered and stuff that had. But again, I agree with Joe because there was two things that one thing that kept running through my mind, and I don't speak French, so I didn't know. But there was one thing like after 1-2, and then the kick out. They would chant something and then they would start chanting something else and clapping. And it was the same thing over and over and over and over again. I was like, what are you, first of all, I don't know what you're saying, but why are you doing this after every kick out? Like because there's a ton of kick outs. It's just kind of like keeps happening. And like the thing that I didn't know was there were sometimes because I don't understand the language, were they cheering what was going on, or were they, again, trying to put themselves over, which is a pet peeve of mine. I hate when crowds just are active to put themselves over as opposed to paying attention to what's happening in the ring.
Yeah, there's well, we know deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six. We know that so it's deux, oh, right.
Yeah.
But there's times where if something happened, like we know they're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Right. So we know that one. And then they're saying, and I'm like, are they saying this is awesome? At first, for half a second, there's something that happened in the very first right away match. And then and I was like, are they saying this is boring or something? Or and I was like, no, they can't be saying that. That's really rude. But then I was like, okay, maybe they're saying this is awesome. I wonder what this is awesome in French is. Let's talk. Let's ask my good friend Google Translate French to English. Let's see. Sorry. Actually, it's English to French. So English. Let's say this is awesome. C'est génial. No, maybe let me say this is.
They were chanting "This is awesome" at times.
Oh, is that they were chanting "This is awesome"?
I heard them chant "This is awesome" a couple of times.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell. It's like, are they? And I couldn't tell. Maybe it was just muffled for me. I was like, are they saying "This is awesome"?
Well, you couldn't hear the commentary a lot of the time because the crowd was so loud.
Yeah,
and I was just kind of like, it's the first time I can remember I can't hear the commentators that
loud. I'm gonna say, what was the crowd chanting at Backlash? Oh my God! All I had to type in Google. dude, all I had to type was what was the crowd, and then it came up on its own.
Because everyone was like, "What the hell were they chanting?"
That is hilarious. Okay, so Reddit's got it. Okay, so they were that times they were chanting. They have several catchphrases. Supplement simply to the biggest one is power, which literally means over the third rope. We're so glad. Okay, so over the third rope is one.
Third rope. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Yeah, par-dessus le troisième corde, which literally means over the third rope. Yeah, like what the heck? Details on what fans were chanting in French. Un, deux, trois, yeah, only. Okay, so un, deux, simplement deux. Oh, so that means 1, 2, only 2.
Only 2. I figured that one.
So here's what they're saying. Oh, so after it was 2 and it was a kick out, they say simplement deux, simplement deux. It's like only 2, only 2.
Okay.
C'est pas gentil, which is it's not nice. So during the Uso priest, it was nasty. So that was nasty. That was or bad or evil. Like
okay.
You were mistaken. You fucked up. Okay. So to Trump means so during the Kabuki Warriors versus Jade Cargill, when they made a mistake, so when they messed up a move, they were saying tu te trompes, which means you effed up.
I heard that they did F up a bot, so yeah.
So botches were 2 effed up. Oh, this is so great. I'm so happy I found this. Okay. We're gonna take a minute to unravel this here.
It's going on throughout the entire show. I'm like, what are they chanting?
Okay, so dans le poteau, into the post. Oh, into the post. I see.
Oh, okay.
So during AJ Styles match, they were saying he is truly phenomenal.
Yeah.
He goes over the top rope. Oh, there's okay. So that's nothing. Okay, ça compte pas. It didn't count. So this was during Cody and AJ.
Okay.
They sang an anthem during Cody's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Let's Go Blues. Okay. Oh, Let's Go Blues during SmackDown. So there's SmackDown ones too. Let's Go Blues.
Yeah, there were SmackDown ones.
During Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, they were saying, "It must have hurt. It must have hurt," something like that. So there you go. Wow, that is so crazy. Yeah. So now we know a little bit of what they were chanting. So it seems like they kind of got it right. You got annoyed during Styles Rhodes. I kept saying,
yeah. I agree. I heard that quite a bit, and I'm like, all right, enough, guys. Like, again, this is where it's like, it's not beach ball. It's not the beach ball, which was like the pinnacle of annoying. The what chants and singing along with Seth Rollins are my 2 biggest pet peeves. And they did do the what chants in SmackDown. But also I don't like it was, they were almost treating it like a soccer game sometimes. I was kind of like, not really like that, but they were enthusiastic, so I will give them that. I'm very like, I think they were. I do think they're one of the best crowds, but the constant energy just wore me out. Because when you're in a live event, like 2 hours in, you're kind of like, all right, I need a jobber match so I can take a piss break or something.
Yeah,
I'm just tired.
It's very loud there too, and I've been to like metal concerts, and it's pretty loud in the arena. Like my ears were a little buzzing.
During our Raw, I did not hear anyone speak on the mic.
Right. Oh yeah, because it's just
speak on the mic.
Yeah.
I've
got what's that thing called where you always hear ringing?
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
Too many. Yeah. Well, yeah. If it's complete silence, I just hear like I hear buzzing all the time. I like it just gets ignored now. Like
Yeah.
I've had it forever, so it's like you just too many metal concerts without earplugs. It's like now I'm just like my ears are like destroyed. Although I have good hearing, but it's just like it just buzzes all the time. All right. So we had Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa, and I don't know. I'm sorry. This I let me apologize to the whatever family. I don't know any of your people's names. You're all I don't know who you're all the same. When that guy came out, so that other guy came out, and this is the thing because I love like luchador guys and all this, like I just can't. So that other guy came out, and I was like, when did he get dressed? I'm like, did he put a shirt on? And they're like, oh, that's that other brother. I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess there's another guy. Because they're like, who's that? I'm like, what do you mean, who's that? That's his tag partner who's gone on and got dressed for some reason out in the sun. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I knew Solo. Awesome. I know Solo's getting Haku's people. Yes, Haku's guys. The Haku family. I don't know anybody. I know King Haku. That's all the only guy I know. Apparently, King Haku had 4 million clones. It's just like they just keep coming out. I'm like, I don't know. Oh my god, it's another Haku. I'm like, how many Hakus are there? So
how many times did he procreate?
I was so confused. So I didn't have like Solo Sikoa won. It turned into a no DQ match, the quarter of it. And then I couldn't like, I'm like, okay, there's I do like the onto the chairs. That was good.
Yeah.
But like I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, yeah, okay, Solo won. That's literally all I got out of that match. What'd you think?
Well, the lead up to this, I have to say, I am following this new Bloodline. And his adopted son was so so the guy who joined with him was Tama Tonga. That's the guy who started the match.
Right.
And then I think it was Tonga Lowell. I think was the guy. Jacob Fatu is his real name.
Right.
He interfered. And I knew he was going to interfere because I heard he was there.
Right.
I am enjoying this new Bloodline. It is interesting to me, whereas
there's definitely less talking.
Yeah, there's less talking. It's just, I think this is a smart way of keeping the Bloodline relevant while Roman Reigns doesn't have to be there, because if Roman Reigns is there, no one cared. Like Jimmy Uso and Solo didn't care. Like if Roman wasn't there, and I think this is a smart way of making Solo more than just the silent muscle. I like the fact that Haku's 2 sons are there. And this match shocked me because I thought it was going to be a straight squash. I thought Solo and Tama Tonga were just going to destroy them. And they beat the crap out of the Bloodline for a long. Even the commentators were like, this is not what we thought would happen. I was like, yeah, I actually agree with you guys there. There was some good stuff. I did enjoy the chair stuff. He kept hitting him with the chair, and then he put it down, hit him with the chair, put it down, hit him with the chair, and I'm like, where's he going with this?
I thought they were going to build a chair castle and then throw a guy through it. Like there's like, you're like, what? There's a lot of chair. Like, why is there so many extra chairs lying around here? Like, I mean, I gotta put the crew on notice here. Like, guys, can you clean? It's like if sit in the chair or put it away. Like, really.
So we're expecting a party to show up like randomly, but like I did like the fact that Aldous came out like midway through and said, okay, let's make this a no DQ, because remember in the day when things weren't just orchestrated, when things could happen during a match and that sort of thing. And I'm glad they introduced that. Overall,
I never understood why would anyone want Dairy Queen during a match anyways. Like,
Anyhow, but yeah, I thought it was really good storytelling. I think you had the 2 heels come out looking on top, which is what you wanted. Yeah. It was overall. I think it was a great start to the card. I think you accomplished what you needed to do. I'm very intrigued with this Bloodline. I love the fact Paul Heyman doesn't know what to do, and he's kind of like the tribal, sort of thing. Like I think that's great. Right. So I enjoy overall what they're doing. Plus, you have Owens and Orton, who are legitimate threats. So overall, the whole thing was handled great.
Yeah. So let's take a look at our poll now. We've got more votes coming in as we speak here. Wow. First time in live stream history of me polling. I do a poll every live stream. I've done like a million live streams now. 25, 25, 25, 25% each. So somebody put a 2 out of 5, somebody put a 3 out of 5, somebody put a 4 out of 5, and somebody put a 5 out of 5. Wow, we cannot be more divided on this pay-per-view. I'm going to say, I'm not going to give my rating, but I'm going to say overall, I prefer when I saw that this was just going to be a 3-hour thing. I thought, oh, this is beautiful. I could have almost done this last night. I did not watch this when it was on, so I watched it after the fact. And the problem is that you're like, okay, I got to make sure I watch this because I don't want to check social media and then I'll see all the winners, right? Because I follow a lot of people. So I was almost thinking, well, maybe we could do this. We almost could have done it last night, but I was like, I was a bit tired. Plus, this morning I had to go to a comic show with Sean, so I was like, we'll just do it tonight, and then I can kind of relax and think about it a bit. I do prefer 3 hours, 5 matches, or how many was it? Was it 1, 2, 3? Like 5? It's like I'm like, you know what? I could sit through this. It didn't feel like a disgusting slog. Like I was like, sometimes you watch these and you're like, oh great, this is 4 hours and 40 minutes or something. You're like, oh,
you're like, what's happening? Especially when there's a talk show or something during the thing, and you're like,
I hate that. Yeah, the talk shows need to be on SmackDown or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So that was that one. So then it was Bayley and Tiffany and Naomi. She did miss the moonsault. That was kind of neat. The rolling up, I don't know. This was weird. We knew Bayley was okay. We know. So did you think Solo and Thing were going to win?
Yeah.
I thought so too. Am I trying to think, Oh, I knew everyone was. I knew all the winners on this one.
I did too. I picked all the winners before.
Yeah, this one was really easy picking.
It was easy.
Winners.
Yeah.
Bayley, Tiffany, Naomi. What the hell? This was just so weird. The entire ending was. I don't know. I did I miss something? Maybe you can explain what the hell is going on in
this movie. Shit. I don't watch too many movies lately. This match was broken. Felt a little bit broken, and I think it's because you have someone who's very athletic in Naomi, and then you got someone who's hyper athletic in Tiffany Stratton. And then you have someone who's not athletic at all in Bayley.
Right.
And how do you really put together that match? Right? If it's Naomi versus Tiffany, I think it's a little bit easier to put it together. Adding Bayley, adding that third component, and Bayley she's for whatever reason, the injuries and that, she's not the wrestler she used to be. And I think it makes it that much harder to have any really like awesome eye-popping matches with her anymore. I love Bayley. I love her character. I love what she's, what she stood for, and she's definitely one of the great women wrestlers. But this match was somewhat broken to me.
Okay, I'll let you continue. I just want to say, like, if you had just Bayley and just Naomi, then it becomes like, oh, Bayley's going to do her style and Naomi's going to do her style. But now you've got Tiffany, who's more like a Naomi style. So now you have two of them. It's like, well, that they should have easily been able to win this. One of them should have been easily able to win this, because it's like, again, if you have Nia Jax versus, someone who's like Nia versus Liv, it's like, that's going to be weird, but I guess they'll just do their own version, their own match, and they'll figure it out somehow. But then if you had two Tiffany's and a Nia Jax, it's like, okay, that's weird now. Like, this was weird. They shouldn't have made it 3. I understand. And then right away you're like, see, so previous match, and I'll let you get back to talking about this because I want to hear more of your thoughts on this women's match. But you go back, you're like, okay, Solo and the Bloodline, they're starting again, right? So they have to win this. And Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, who cares if they lose? They're not a team anyways, really. So that's rubbish. This one, you're like, well, Tiffany's not going to get pinned because she's new and up and coming and she's too awesome. So, and then you're like, well, Bayley's didn't just go through all this with damage control or whatever, get the belt and everything just to lose it to Naomi, who just came back. So, Bayley's pinning Naomi, like 100%. We'll get to the other one. So, then you're like, okay, since I know exactly what's going to happen, right? Like, you don't know, is Solo going to pin Randy? Is Solo going to cheat? Is Solo, like, they're going to win, but how will it happen?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's a comic book match. Superboy is going to win, but how is Superboy going to win? This one is, I know who's going to win, and I know who's going to get pinned. You're right. So now the entire thing is, how is this match going to work? Because we already know the outcome exactly. We know exactly that Tiffany's not going to get pinned. She'll get hit and fall out of the ring, and then some shit will happen, and then Bayley wins. So now you're stuck with this match the way it is. You're like, well, what can Bayley do? And then I don't know. It's just so weird to me. I love Bayley. She's my number 2 for me. But before anyone loses their minds later and says, "Oh, what the shit?" It's like most of my collectible things are Bayley related. They're all up here. And I definitely like Bayley better than Naomi and better than Tiffany. Hey FK, what's going on? I rate Backlash 6 out of 9. 6 out of 9. Okay. So anyways, all right. So continue.
Yeah, so this match, like, Tiffany showed her athleticism, she showed her strength. She did the Alabama slam on both Naomi and Bayley on the separate tables, which was a nice spot. 69. Which was a nice spot. But Tiffany's now becoming too good to be a heel. She's too awesome to be a heel, and she's not working that great as a heel. To me, she's got too many crowd pleasing moves to me, and she's too athletic. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's literally how it goes. Naomi is solid. Naomi has always been solid. Naomi, you can never have a bad match with Naomi, but Bayley is just, she's got the character work, but she can't hang with the athletic ladies. Like, she just cannot. And they got to give her something else to do, and there's not enough storyline there to compensate for it.
All right.
So
Me too.
it was yeah, me too. It was more so Saturday afternoons for me because I was usually busy in the mornings when I was a kid. But like, yeah, it was okay. That roll up was just literally like, so Naomi rolled her up and then she reversed it and she pinned her. First of all, I hate roll ups as pins because as Simon Miller says in What Culture Wrestling, I'm not affiliated with them, but I love what he says. It's the most devastating move in all sports entertainment.
The roll up. Yeah, and not on a pay-per-view. I'm okay with it on a SmackDown or whatever. Hold on. Yeah. Channel member Legionnaire Extraordinaire, the number 1 first Legionnaire to sign up. The Cosmic Boy of or Lightning Lad, who you pick, who you want to be known. The Lightning Lad, Cosmic Boy of the channel. Dan, guys, I love this event. The crowd was so good. Yes, the crowd was really into it. Dan, if you were here earlier, buddy, go back and watch the first few minutes. We figured out what all the French guys were saying. We figured all that, so we decoded it. The Cody match brought me back to running around my living room with whenever Hulk Hogan made. Yes, I do love that. As for Tiffany, she is so good. Yeah, she is damn good. I don't like that. Yes, and I'm just glad Tiffany didn't. Yeah, I agree. Well, we love Bayley. We're pro Bayley.
We do love Bayley. She's on my top 5, like J-Man. I actually have mostly NXT women now in my top 5.
Yeah. Well, if you're doing top 5 best looking, then all the NXT women.
Pretty much. Tiffany is in my top 5 now, though.
Yeah.
Tiffany is in my top 5.
Okay, I think Tiffany has to win.
Yeah,
the
Money
bank.
In the Bank.
Cash it in. Yep.
But she can't take the pin. But it's just like, it was a weird roll up, and it seemed like everyone was like, "Oh, that's it," and then like a surprise roll up or reversal only works if it literally is a surprise, because a roll up is only there for one thing: to pin the person, and the object of the game is to pin a person. So I don't know how it can be a surprise roll up. But anyhow, whatever. It was an okay match, but they can't roll with Bayley as their champ. Sorry, guys. If you're Bayley fans, I mean, it's it's very they love Bayley and like singing "Hey Bayley" and all that during the match and all that. And I get that she's like so over, it's ridiculous, but ring work, she's not the same performer she was when she was going 60 minutes with Sasha Banks or whatever it was, 30 minutes, whatever the hell it was. 30 minutes, I think it was.
I actually have that on DVD. That came with one of the figures. All right, so that's that one. We knew that was going to happen. And then we got Jay Uso versus Damian Priest. That JD McDonough came in and Finn came in and
Finn came in to get super kicked in the face.
And then there's the choke slam and all that. Pretty good choke slamming thingy.
Well, it was the landing. I don't know how done, but he landed well before Jay did. Like he landed, and then it was like
then he came down.
And then he came down. I was kind of like,
that's weird.
That you could see the entire momentum was, but anyhow, let's
ask our close personal friend Rachel what she thinks. Yeah, we agree with you, Rachel. We agree with you.
So, what were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I don't really care about any of these people. Man, this was I'm ashamed to say this was an iPad match.
Yeah.
I just don't care at all. The crowd loves them. I know they love them.
Jey Uso. This is one of those guys who I went to the bathroom. I came out, and he's over, like ridiculously over, like incredibly, ridiculously, insanely over, like main event over. And I'm like, what? When I went to the bathroom, he was a tag team wrestler, and now he's like incredibly over. Like, I think the storyline with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and that really gave him that push. And I guess he's got it's catchy with his theme song and that, and he does the thing and.
But now he's got that yeet thing, and now that's going to be irritating. I can already foresee that's going to be irritating.
It is irritating. I'm irritated already. Just
I don't even know what it means. What does it mean?
I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna do Scotty from Voyage Home. Use the mouse, Scotty. Oh, computer. What does Joe Dog? What's going on, man? Yes, Don Troy. What it is. All right, let's take. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Chat. Let me know what the hell's yeet mean. Like, what does yeet mean? It's also a term meaning to throw. When it comes to Jey Uso, one would imagine he used it to express his enthusiasm. Yeet? Yeet means I suck, but people still cheer for me. A cooler way to say yes? Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. That's what I sort of thought it was yes, but like I don't know. This yeet thing, like, and then it's like no yeet. I'm like, you do you, man. Like, whatever. Jey Uso's cool, but like this cool? No.
He got over.
He got over insanely the moon crazy. Yeah. Priest is a black hole of a personality. He literally comes in and all personality gets sucked out of your television. Like, he comes in and literally everything gets sucked out. I actually preferred him when he just came in and said, "All rise for Judgment Day," and he was Edge's like right-hand man. That was him at his best. Otherwise, I don't care about the dude at all. He's champ. I think they gave it to him because he does well. Himself?
I have no idea.
He's saying eat to himself? I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyway.
It's just a nonsensical chat. Yokiro will talk about.
Oh, money. Money.
Okay, I can get behind that, but everything's money? Whatever. I have no idea. But Damian Priest is a black hole of a personality, and Jey Uso got over when I was in the bathroom. So it's hard for me to get into this match. It was what it was. The Judgment Day will be breaking up. You can see it happening based on the reaction afterwards. Yeah. It's obvious that what's going to happen is that Dominic Mysterio is going to cheat on Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan. And then when Rhea comes back, she's going to dump Dom and start a feud with Liv Morgan, who will by then have made her heel transition. So that's 100% happening. They already teased that. They encountered each other at a Raw, like Liv Morgan came in and Dominic Mysterio was there. I'm like, all right, they're sleeping together. That's it. The other two.
Whoa. Whoa.
Because in wrestling, if a woman walks into a frame with a man, they're instantly
Liv Morgan is definitely a fave over here.
Yeah.
And Dominic Mysterio, I love Dominic Mysterio, so I don't care. If you don't like Dominic Mysterio, please still watch my videos. I'm not an idiot. I'm not idiots at DC Comics. If you don't like my opinion, don't read my comics. No. If you like my opinion, please watch my videos and live streams. And if you don't like my opinion, still please watch them. Watch them no matter what I say.
But the question is like, what is going to happen with the Judgment Day from here out? Like JD McDonough has been a punching bag. He's been the human crash test dummy for like a while. And Finn Balor has been like, he's been diminished greatly too. This guy used to come out as the demon. Right, and was invincible. Now he comes out and he just gets beaten up, and I'm like, this whole Judgment Day thing seems to be done. Rhea Ripley leaving or being off has destroyed it, and Damian Priest, who is a black hole of a personality, got the nicest guy to work with award, which was the World Championship, and it's just no one cares.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not gonna. I don't know who's gonna take that belt. You think?
Well, it's either going to be Gunther or McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew just re-signed.
Yes,
Drew has re-signed,
and the Rock.
Balor just re-signed as well.
Yeah, Balor just re-signed.
I was gonna start calling him Finished Balor. But no, he's re-signed.
In all honesty, I think he needs to start his own faction or something. Yeah,
Drew needs the belt. I didn't like that bullshitty way that he lost that. I like Drew McIntyre. I think that guy's really solid. He looks cool to me. I like his look.
I did enjoy how he lost it just because it was so...
Because of the goofiness. Right.
I did enjoy that just because I knew he'd go haywire.
All right.
Drew McIntyre is one of those people who doesn't need a belt to be like incredibly entertaining.
That's true. He doesn't really need it.
No.
Well, we had Damage Control versus Bianca and Jade, who we could talk. I'll get your thoughts on the match in a second. We knew Bianca and thing we're going to win. It was just they're just too pumped. Everything aside, the two of them just visually look awesome together. Yeah, I don't. They came out. I was like, oh, they look like a tag team. Yep. Yep. They both have, cool hair. That's, like whatever. They had the red. I was thinking if they were all in silver or all in white, that'd be really cool. Look, I like the two of them. We can get into the match. Okay, Dan. Thank you. Make sure you never stop writing. Yes, we're getting
writing, Dan.
Yeah, we're doing it. All right, thanks, man. We appreciate it. He is the cosmic boy of the channel. I'm the super boy because I came later. KOD. Okay, so I didn't write very many notes. I didn't take a lot of notes on this one because I wanted to relax a bit more. So the KOD on Asuka, and then what's her face? Jade. Jade first did the what's the thing called? Jaded. What the hell's her thing? Jaded. Yeah, she did Jaded on Kyrie, and then KOD, and then she got the KO. Asuka got the KOD on her.
Yeah. And
then Bianca pinned and they won the belts. I mean, what did you think of the? Thanks, Joe Dog. Yeah, Steve's got Steve's wearing Pet Cemetery today. None of us are on brand. I'm on brand for my channel, but I'm not on brand for this live stream. And Steve's not on brand for the live stream or the channel. So I have to give a fail. I have to give a 0 out of, I'll give you a 1 out of 5 for your shirt because I do like Pet Sematary, the movie, and I like the shirt. But for failure to uphold the channel standards, which is Legion, that's a fail. And also failure, at least if you're not going to do Legion, you can at least do wrestling. So it's a fit. So it's just, I'm giving myself a 3 out of 5. I'm giving you a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, and I'm going to get a lot of those because most of my T-shirts are horror movie related. So it's going to be. I'm not going to those quickie quizzes. I'm not going to get a 1 out of 5.
Those quickie quizzes get a 1. All right, let's take a look here at let's see if we can get a Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Let's see if we can get a cool. Or is there a good the two of them? I guess this is like that. Here you go. Oh no, that's later on. That's not during. I'm trying to find them during the actual match. I guess there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I don't know. What do you think about this match?
It was the worst one of the lot.
Yeah.
If I'm just going off the match.
It shouldn't have been.
It went too long. Far too long. Damage control. They tried to give them some offense, which was borderline ridiculous.
Right.
I think Jade is okay in the ring. I think she needs more work. Bianca definitely carried it. But the problem is that the conclusion was foregone. Right. So for them to go on as they did was a little bit much. Right. Especially because except for the crowd in France, no one is into damage control right now. Right. Heel Sky lost the championship and has not been seen since. I don't know. No one cares about that faction. So just having two very strong, ladies come in and beat them up was. It literally was like, even though it was for a tag bouts, it was 0 table stakes. It felt like. Right. Bianca and Kyrie's in my top 5 as well, are 2 phenomenal performers, but them beating up Bianca and Jay just seemed ridiculous to me. I just didn't buy it. I also
there's 0 chance of them winning.
No.
I mean in a physical competition, it's like there's no way.
And I did like Kyrie's face paint, but I hated Asuka's. I hated the black. It went too far.
Oh, it was like a venom mouth.
Yeah, I didn't like it because Asuka has sort of fallen.
I agree with that.
I didn't even bother seeing, but the first one is awesome. I didn't like the makeup. I don't care about the storyline. Bianca and Jade were winning. It was just like they should have just had the two dominate. I literally don't know why the match took so long it did. And just Jade's a little bit stiff and just it didn't work. They didn't have chemistry in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, okay, let's hand them over to the ladies and then just be done with it. So are they being called the Storm? Is that
I have no idea.
Because I just saw, why didn't this download?
Well, Jade's music says, a storm is coming and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, we're delaying. What people really want to see is Bianca turn heel, which seems to be coming, and for Bianca and Jade to wrestle. I think that's what people want to see. For them to beat up an older Japanese lady and a very slight Japanese lady, like 2 Japanese ladies, one older, one who's slight. Right. It's just kind of like, who cares? Right.
So. Let's. I thought I saw somewhere where it said the Storm. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I saw a picture. I downloaded it and it didn't download for some stupid reason. And they put them together and called them the Storm. But I mean, Storm. Are they trying to say like Storm? Is she, because she's got the white hair? I don't know if she's trying to say Storm like X-Men.
Yeah, well, her music starts and you literally hear her say a storm is coming, like Jade Cargill.
Right.
So that's why I think they take it from.
Yeah, someone did a cool. I don't know. I can't find it. Actually, I think I had written Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Maybe that would get it. Damn, I saw someone put. Oh, here it is. See the storm? They put them together as like they did like a poster.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of cool, like putting them together.
Yep. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah, it's like a comic book or whatever. But I mean, they look cool. So Jade's a bit rusty. Let's see how it goes. Bianca's awesome.
Yep. But
so
Bianca's turning heel anyway, so I think it's going to be.
They'll be together, and then they'll get pissed off.
Yeah. Well, Bianca's basically not going to let it go with Bayley, and she's going to keep doing it, and there's going to be a confrontation. Jade's going to get in the middle,
right?
And then Bianca's going to get mad at Jade for getting in the middle, and then they're going to have a match. Like the two of them coming out begs for a Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair match. Like just physically, you want to see that. Right? Like it's like there's certain things where it's like this has to happen. How Bianca, I don't think Bianca fought Rhea Ripley, and I'm like, I don't know how they missed that because that was an obvious match to do.
Yeah, they should have done something like that. Well, I mean, she's going to be out. We haven't seen Raquel in a while either.
Raquel's still dealing with that disease.
That allergic, whatever it is.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll ever be able to come back full time.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because they lost someone big there.
Yeah, I mean, Raquel Rodriguez is a great person to throw in there against either Bianca or Jade.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's too many. You got the bigger ladies and the smaller ladies. Like Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax has to happen.
Yeah.
At some point. You just got to start doing stuff like that, I think, because you have these women who are physically built like they are, like for them not to have it.
So we had Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. Oops, why did that do that? That was weird. So what'd you think of it? I mean, we knew Cody was going to win. There's no chance in the universe.
Well, this match was exactly what you thought it would be. It was a well executed match. AJ Styles is one of the best technicians who ever wrestled, probably. Cody Rhodes is no slouch either. I love the Cody doing the Stardust thing where he did the cartwheel and then he did like that.
I don't know. Okay, so I didn't catch that. I didn't know that was a Stardust thing.
That's cool. A Stardust thing. So like when he was making fun of Stardust and he did that was a nice thing. The thing I like about Cody Rhodes is he's aware of his history. Like he there's a lot of characters who they have a point and then they never mention where they come from. And Cody Rhodes is not that. He owns his entire history. Pretty much. I still would like someone to call him out and call him dashing and all that because he was dashing Cody Rhodes or Rhodes Scholar. But he did that and he also hulked out. He took that burning hammer. I don't know. I heard both things.
Yeah.
And he got up and he literally hulked out. I mean, he didn't do it like Hogan did, but he hulked out.
Yeah, he didn't do the full.
Yeah, he didn't. But like. That was cool. I'm glad it only took one Crossroads to beat him because I think it's ridiculous when it takes 7.
Yeah. I'm done. I don't like that at all.
And AJ took it like devastatingly. So the top rope Cody one was botched. AJ was too close to him when he jumped, or he jumped too far, and it really got botched badly. But the Crossroads was good. Sometimes the Crossroads isn't taken well, and it looks like he's falling on a pillow. But this one was done well. It literally looks like he's falling on a pillow. I'm like,
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Go to sleep.
Thanks for turning me over.
Yeah.
Hey, Nerd Man, what's going on, buddy? It was trash, right? No, it's not trash.
The thing
trash the whole event or trash this match. I think we'll give a few ratings, but continue.
Yeah, I think it was what it was. It's never going to be that great after the epicness of him versus Roman, where like 75 legends showed up.
Right.
So you can't expect anything. It was going to be a B feud. It is a B feud. I mean, he's fighting one of the better guys to have. That's it.
So, yeah, we knew he was going to win. Backlash 2024. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's just do a recap here. So Bloodline, so 5 matches. This is really easy. This is very easy to determine a rating. If there's 5 matches, you just give every match gets a score between 0 and 1. So the match was either 0, 0.5, or 1. And then you get your score out of 5. So it's real easy. So what would you give the Bloodline match? 0.1. Okay, so you get 1 point for that. Bayley versus whatever, 0, 0.5, or 1.
0.5.
0.5. Damian Priest versus thingy.
0.5.
So plus 0.5. And then Bianca, so the girl, the tag match.
0.
0. Cody Rhodes.
1.
So 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Does that sound right?
Yep, that's why I gave it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I think I would get to 3 in a slightly different way.
In a different way. You probably would give 0 to 3 and 0.5 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Or what I would probably do is I'd probably give. See, the problem is that this first one, I don't care at all.
Yeah.
But it is good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the physical performance of the thing is good, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So I have to still say, well, I got to give it a 1 because I still kind of care.
Yep.
You know? So it's like
I think the storyline ruled on this, and the storyline was really well executed. That's why I gave it a 1, and it just the shock value of like Owens and Orton beat the living crap out of him for a long time, and I was shocked about that.
I think, you know what? No, I think I would give 0.5 to everything and then 1 to Cody.
Okay. I mean, that's fair too. Like, is 4 really a 0? I just feel it's a 0 because it felt performance-wise, it was a little bit clunky, and storyline-wise, it was negligible. That's why I gave it a 0. Yeah.
So if I was going to do that, then I would do 1, 0.5, 0.5, 0, 1, or I would do 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 1.
Yeah. I mean, and that's fair too. Like, Damian Priest versus Jey Uso, I literally gave not a shit.
I don't care at all. Yeah, that's my problem.
But the thing is that Jey Uso's energy is undeniable. And even though I think it's ridiculous that he's like as over as he is, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. His enthusiasm and just like the crowd's enthusiasm for him sweeps me up a bit, even though I don't care about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's a good point. Like it's almost like I'm being like the crowd is forcing me to get pumped up for him. Yeah. So I am a little bit because it's just like like the crowd is getting me excited more than he is. It's like he should hire the crowd as his thing. Nerdman, what's he saying? The problem is story. Yes.
Yeah, Chad Gable and LA Knight are 2 of the better characters. Agreed.
Yeah.
LA Knight not being on this show is borderline criminal, and Chad Gable is clearly one of the best.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. So if we did it a different way, the Bloodline storyline here, I cared a little bit. So I cared a little bit about the storyline. I cared about the storyline because I really love Tiffany Stratton, and Bayley's my second favorite.
Yep.
So I cared about the storyline, but then the outcome of the problem is like I half cared about the match, but the match was very good. This one I cared a lot about the match, but the match wasn't as good.
Right.
This one I didn't care at all, but Jey Uso's growing on me. This one, I super like these two. Jade and Bianca are awesome. And I actually like Asuka and Kairi. I actually like all 4 people. Yeah. I love all 4 people, but the match wasn't doing it for me. And then this one, I like Cody and AJ. So that one's obviously the best. So the main event was the best of the night, which is supposed to be. And I know Nurman doesn't like Cody Rhodes, but I like Cody Rhodes. It gets me pumped up for the idea of having this guy now who's going to go the distance at being a champ and get people riled up. His song is good. He looks good. He tags all the kiddies in the audience, and he'll go over, and I saw him sign something for a kid. You know, I like shit like that. We need a Hulk Hogan-ish kind of guy. I'm not saying he's got the personality of Hogan. Does anyone? But he has at least a presence that people are excited for. So I do like Cody Rhodes. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I like it." I like Cody Rhodes. I got his autograph. I also like AJ Styles though, but he is on his way to retirement or whatever. He's getting close to cashing in the retirement Money in the Bank match or whatever. I mean, I like Bianca Belair a lot, man. I don't know, like she's just awesome.
So here's the thing. I love the idea of the 4th match. I love the idea of it. I didn't love what I saw, and the storyline was poo. It would be much more interesting if Bianca had been involved in the match with Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffany. I think that would have been more interesting. She has no reason to be in a tag team with Jade Cargill. This was literally a let's put gold on Jade Cargill initiative.
Right.
Which is fine. You don't want to bring down Bianca Belair. Like, you don't want Bianca Belair used for that purpose. Right. And I absolutely adore the Kabuki Warriors. Like I said, Kairi Sane is in my top 5. And I love Asuka. If she wasn't, unfortunately, she's slowing down a bit. And I hated her makeup. Otherwise, I love Asuka to death. I love the Kabuki Warriors together, but I knew they were going to lose. So that match at 17 minutes and 25 seconds.
17, yeah.
Took too frigging long. That's it. What
did Joe say? This is a very good time. I really and let me just say this too. I really like this format.
Yeah.
This was one of the easiest pay-per-views to watch. I didn't feel like I lost half my life away, just for the negatives are because of the structure of the story and the matches. We didn't even bother doing predictions because it was super obvious. Is there anyone that didn't predict every match? Like, there's no way. All of us in the chat, we've got 16 people watching right now. I'm sure all 16 of us called the whole thing.
So the problem is that the 4 match and the 2 match should have had the time flipped. You should, for a 3-way match, that's 17 minutes. For a slaughter, 10 or less. Like, and it should have been a slaughter. Like, you pumped up Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair has been pumped up for like 3-4 years now, whatever, how long she's been there. Kabuki Warriors are great. So for them to slaughter them, that sends a message. Who's going to beat them?
Right.
But this one was a slog, and I don't know.
I hear you, Nerd Man. I'm with you, but like, there's just something, I don't know. There's something about him. I've bought into the story. I know it's like, to finish the story, but I bought into it.
Yeah.
I think I bought into it because I want to buy into something, and I just can't seem to find it. Like right now, I'm liking certain people. More so in my life ever based on who they are. I think Steven and I had a private conversation about Lola Vice, which we can kind of talk a little bit about since we're pretty much done with this in a second. Going back and forth, and we're in this position now where I'm watching Bayley do stuff on Instagram, and she's doing all this charity work, and she's doing auctions, and she auctioned off her outfits, and she's like given to the charity. So Bayley's doing all this stuff outside of what we're watching, her character. And Becky, wrote her book and talking about how her life is. And then I was kind of interested in Lola Vice from NXT. I thought, she's kind of a neat character. I like this kind of saucy girl. And then I started looking at all, and I ended up watching all of her Bellator matches, or at least like there's like 3 or 4. She had 5 Bellator matches, won 4 or 5. She had, most of them are on YouTube. So I watched her matches, like, well, she's quite good. She did lose one though, but she was like not a bad MMA fighter. It's not Dana White. It's not friggin' thingy, but okay, it's not UFC. But you know, Bellator's gone now anyway. So but she was there, and I was like, okay, you know, I like her. And then I started watching all these interviews where she's crying and saying, oh, I love wrestling. And it's like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I'm going to try my hardest. I want to be the best that there ever was. And then she's like, I gave Shawn Michaels all these names. She's like, I love Miami Vice, the TV show. It's like, she's like, so I wanted Vice in there. And she's like, I wanted Lola as a name because it's very easy. It's a Latina name. It's very easy to pronounce. She's like, I gave Shawn Michaels 25 names and he happened to pick the one I wanted. I'm like, okay, I really like this girl because she's going through it, she's crying, and oh, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. I'm like, she's like, I want to be a face. I want to like inspire all these girls. And then she's on NXT. She's this total bitch. I'm like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, I just watched your interview, and it's like, and I guess they're like, well, I guess being a heel, they want her to be a heel, and she does all her MMA stuff, and then. The problem is that Steve made a lot of good points. This is our private conversation where he's like, well, she's doing a lot of stuff that are face related, but she's doing it as a heel. My response is like, well, she did these things as herself in actual real fighting. So she didn't just make this up. It didn't just come out of nowhere just to do it. Right. But then you're right. It's like, well, it's kind of not right for this character. But then I think this era, it's really the era. Yeah. I think we're in this weird era now where we don't know. We're trying to extract. We had this conversation with Ronda Rousey. They're trying to extract real things from people.
Yeah.
Put it with a character.
Yeah.
And how is that going to work? Anyway, not watching. So it's good. Please, fans are watching. Sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love all the old eras. I own everything, buddy.
Yeah.
Basically, I have I own all the WrestleManias on DVD or Blu-ray up to 39. And between Sean and Steve and all of us, we actually have everything. And I've actually got everything. So I have every Royal Rumble, every Survivor Series, every King of the Ring, every, SummerSlam, whatever. I have everything from like WrestleMania 1 to maybe like 20 or something or whatever it is. I have every event in between there. It's great. But yeah, so see, we're in this weird era now where it's like
social media era. It's the Instagram era. It's an era where kayfabe has been completely destroyed, and we've all accepted it's all fake and it's all story. You said it best a while ago. It's basically combat live theater,
right?
But now the question is that so it's sort of like if you want to take the theater aspect. She may be like likable on Instagram or in real life. So it's now like an actor. They might be like, if and for some reason he came to mind, I have no idea why. John Lithgow. John Lithgow may be a sweetheart of a human being. But if I'm watching Dexter season 4, he's the psychopath in there. I'm based off that. You
thought he was the villain? I thought he was the hero in that. Okay. This makes a lot more sense when all these people at work were like, we're not talking to J-Man anymore. He's weird. Oh, okay.
It's the same way. Like I separate the person, even though it's the reality era, and I agree with that. I'm still looking at these people as characters, not because the only difference I would make now is if they're not using the real name, and 99.9% of them aren't using the real name. Lola Vice is not Lola Vice. And I've heard so much. Elektra Lopez talked about how Lola Vice was fake. And she'd say on this, oh, I'm so glad to be in WWE and all that. Meanwhile, she comes out. And I liked, that was the only aspect of that entire thing I've liked where Elektra called it out. She made a connection that made sense between the reality of who, Lola Vice and Valerie Loretta or
Loretta
her name is, and her character. But she's coming out like a stereotypical Miami Latina who comes out and she's dancing and all that. And I'm like, how am I connecting this with your arrogant, like She comes out sometimes, she's like, oh, I'm an MMA, I'm better than you. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Right. But I don't see enough of that. I just see the stereotypical, hey, I'm cute and I'm dancing, I'm shaking my ass. And I'm like, what am I supposed? This is stuff I saw Stacey Keebler and Tori Wilson doing. And they were faces. And I don't connect with that.
But I think that those two that you just gave the examples, that was the acceptable kind of face thing. Say, oh, they're attractive women, so we're watching. This is now she's like saying, oh, I'm better than you and like hotter than you and whatever. And it's like, it's just like, this is the type, like now it's like, I don't want to get too deep into like, what is the interpretation of a woman? What is the interpretation of a man now? Hyper masculinity, hyper femininity is this. So she's almost this, like, I'm this hyper feminine girl, but I can also beat the crap out of you. And that is the character.
I get what you're saying, but the problem is she's coming out, she's shaking her ass and the crowd's cheering for her and chanting her name.
Right. Because the crowd hasn't wised up to it. I don't know. It's like I think NXT is a weird place because the crowd there, first of all, I found out how much tickets are. They're anywhere from like $30 to like $150 or something. And if it's like
continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's a big event, it's like 200. It's like, so it costs nothing. Like you could literally just go every week.
You're right, but here's the thing I want to say too, because you're right, it is NXT, and I thought of this. Yeah, it does have. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. It does have talent to be great. But the thing is that how much of because it's at the Performance Center in Orlando, how much of the audience are like fake? How much of them are plants? That's what I was looking for. How many of them are plants? Because you got to think about it. The Performance Center, the NXT is still considered developmental.
Right.
SmackDown, you saw at the draft, like, Dragunov was crying and not Dragunov, sorry, he wasn't crying, but like Keanu James was crying, and
yes.
Valkyria was crying, and like Blair Davenport was absolutely like
she was
that was totally unlike her character, right? Like they were all out of character, they were just those people, and they were all crying. That means that NXT is still considered developmental, and going up to Raw and SmackDown is like being called up to the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're in developmental, you're teaching them how to play off a crowd. So if you want them to get that developmental, yes, you'll have certain people who are like paying customers, but you also would need plants to test them. Yeah, exactly, Joe. I like, there you go. The Chase U fans in the NXT arena are definitely plants, and they are one corner of that arena.
Yeah, that entire section is fake or whatever. So, well, in terms of Lola's thing, Triple H, Shawn Michaels is working with her, and I was listening to a thing with Ronda Rousey and a thing with Jim Cornette and also Eric Bischoff, because Ronda's doing the rounds now with her book, and they're talking about her, and they're saying she was in this weird position where she didn't understand because like she was feuding with Becky. And then she was continuing the feud on X and Instagram and all this. And she's like pointing out the fakeness and she was like saying like, oh yeah, you could have your stupid, your fake pins and your fake wins. I'm going to really beat you up. I don't care what the script says. So she was doing weird tweets like that. And people are like, okay, so is that Ronda just saying weird things, or is that Ronda's interpretation of what a new era superstar is like? It's so odd. Like, and the thing with Lola too, it's like now she's coming in and people know that, oh yeah, this is an MMA person. Okay. But she's not using her MMA name.
Nope.
That was the Ronda Rousey learning curve, because Ronda should either have just been a heel and be like, yeah, I'm better than you, like what you said, which is what she really should have just been right away. When she did come in, people were cheering her. So you're like, okay. And then she bypassed NXT and she went right to the main roster. It's like, okay. So I think they're trying to do Ronda 2 with Lola and trying to work it out. It's only been a year or something, or maybe not even.
She's new.
She's super new. So I think they're trying to work it out. But I like the potential and I like her attitude. So let's see where it goes. But as you're saying, so some people went up. So who went up? Lyra has gone up.
Lyra went up. Blair went
Keanu
up.
James went up.
Keanu James went up. Ilya Dragunov went up, Carmelo Hayes went up, and
Carmelo Hayes went
up, and Baron Corbin went up.
So it's like he's been up and down, right? Or I mean,
yeah, he's been up before, and he's just been a heel. I think he's like a face now, and I'm like, he's never been a face that I've seen. So I'm like, well, maybe that will work. But he only really worked because he was in a tag team with Braun Breaker, and he's now on a different show. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if what did you send him down for? And what did he prove down there that you're calling him back up?
I have no bloody idea what the hell's going on with that guy.
Like,
I find him extremely bland. I can't get into him.
Yep.
I don't nothing against him. I got nothing for him.
Nope.
So yeah, Kiana has been moved up to Raw.
Yep.
Her character's pretty good. Like Tiffany had her character set. Kiana has her character set. Is she going to keep this businesswoman character? I don't know.
I wasn't necessarily on board with bringing up Kiana or Lyra.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think Kiana had to show something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Lyra had to work on her ring stuff a bit more.
Right.
I agree with Blair Davenport. I actually think Fallon Henley should have come up.
She's a heel now.
But I think that she needed to come up because she's 30 now.
Right.
What more is she going to learn? Like, she's hitting that period of time where it's like you're either going up or you're going out.
Right.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else has been around who really there's nothing left for them to do. Like Blair Davenport for me there was nothing left to do. Like Sol Ruka should stay down there. Kalani Jordan should still be down there.
For sure.
Izzy Dame should still be down there. I think JC Jane was the other one I was sort of thinking of. Could come up. And I was almost thinking also of Ariana Grace. Again, Ariana Grace is 30. She lost time. She's Santino Morella's daughter. But it's kind of like, what more do you want her to do? She's pretty good in the ring. She's tall. She's athletic. And she's got she's got a great character. She's one of the more interesting. She's starting to bleed into my top 5 women because I love her character. I think
she's hilarious, and now with Gigi trying to make her the pretty girl or whatever, and it's like, oh, we shouldn't be fighting.
I mean, look at this woman; she is built.
Yep.
So I'm like, I want to see her up and trying to get Bianca and Bayley to play nice. I think that would be funny. JC Jane, just because. What more can you do with that character?
Yeah, I mean, she what's her face beat her now?
Thea Hale.
Thea beat her. It's like there's nothing more to do with her.
Nope.
There's that other girl with her now. I don't remember what that other girl's name was.
I forget her name
too.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I think that's who I personally would have brought up. They want to bring up Kiana James. Kiana James is ultra athletic. Lyra Valkyria has a good character, but her ring work leaves something to be desired to me. So
what does Forbes say? They're saying that.
This is just because he got injured. They extended pass, and The Rock said that Drew McIntyre resigned. He had a Twitter video where The Rock told him when he resigned, he would send him a Claymore, an actual Claymore.
Right.
He did.
Oh, awesome.
So they showed him doing that. Yeah. Joe, that's exactly what I would do. That's 100% what I would do. You need to have Lyra come up and turn heel on Becky Lynch.
What's going on with Becky right now, really? How old is Becky Lynch?
37.
37. She's not old. That's what's it called? Holy Grail.
Holy Grail, yeah.
Old woman. I'm a man. Sorry. I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. It's like, well, I can't just call you man. Well, you can call me Dennis. Well, I didn't know you were called Dennis. Well, you didn't take the time to find out. Just because he says old woman. Hey, old woman. I'm a man. Sorry. I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. So it's like, I'm not old and I'm not a woman.
You literally got both parts wrong.
Yeah. So anytime someone says 37, I'm like, I'm not old.
Yeah. She's 37.
Yeah. Well, she could still go a bit more, probably. She should be all right.
She's got 3 years left in her, I think, and then I think she's going to be like, I'm 40. I'm probably.
I'm done. Yeah. How old is Bayley? I don't think Bayley's
34.
34. Yeah. So.
I mean, the 4 horsewomen, like Charlotte is 37.
Yeah, what's going on with Charlotte? Is she coming back, or is she just on vacation now?
Charlotte was wrestling Asuka.
Yeah,
and she hurt like 3 different things in on one move.
Right. She's 38.
She's 38 now.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But she just re-signed with WWE.
Well, what's going on with Cora Jade too? I know she's injured.
ACL. She'll be out the better part of a year.
23, and like she's been injured twice now.
Yep.
Why is she getting injured so much?
Sloppy.
Just like sloppy ass. What sloppy. The heck?
When people get hurt, it's usually accidents or it's sloppy.
Look at that.
Yep. She was at the draft.
So hot take. So Nerdman, we used to do a weekly stream on it. So what happened was that there were so many streams on wrestling, and I had to differentiate myself. So I was like, well, why don't we just do the women's division only? And I'm like, that'll be easy enough, and the streams won't be that long. I don't like doing. I mean, I do long streams for Fantastic Fridays and for Legion of Superheroes. So guys, make sure you are subscribed and like the stream as well, and check out Legion live stream on Monday and Friday's Fantastic Four comics. So because I do those 2 streams, those are a bit longer. We wanted something just to break up the week and have something fun. And Steve and I both like wrestling. There's so many streams on wrestling that you're just like, it's impossible. So I thought, let's just do the women's division just to make it different. And I used to love Women of Wrestling and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, and I always thought that was just a lot of fun. And then, so we thought, let's do that. And then that's what we did. And then we stopped doing it because I had so many streams to do and so many comic books to read. And I was doing so many videos, and I just got the monetization going. So it's like, I was just so busy. I couldn't do a weekly, because a lot of these shows, like I won't watch, like tomorrow night, I'm not going to watch Raw because I'm going to be streaming about the Legion of Superheroes. Right. So I got a lot of Legion stuff to talk about. So I would watch like Raw, NXT. I'll watch those on like Wednesday night or something. And then the thing is, and then Friday comes around for SmackDown. So by the time the week ends, I've only just seen it. So I couldn't keep up with the streams. Like I if we're going to stream, I have to make sure I'm up to date. So I just couldn't do it. So we had to stop it. So the reason we're talking about the women's division is because that's a lot of my channel members knew me as, oh yeah, they do the women's division stuff. So that's the reason why. And then this is the other reason why.
My God. She is literally the only thing keeping Legado del Fantasma afloat.
No, I have to say I like Santos Escobar. I like him. I like him. That's it. It's too late. I like him. Let's take a look at Santos Escobar. First of all, this is hilarious. We gotta find one. We're gonna find one in the. in a suit. We need to have him in the suit or whatever. Yeah. Oh man, this is a good. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, the green. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I actually would love to do stuff on the Luchador because I do watch AAA, but I can only watch it on YouTube when they do free ones. They're usually behind on it. There's no English translation, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh my God, I didn't realize he did Scarface's outfit. That is awesome.
Oh, that is crazy.
I love Scarface. That's one of my favorite movies. But I can't. I can't watch it. And then CMLL doesn't have any free they have some free content here and there, but it's very hard to watch. AEW don't have it. I can't find it here. I'd have to pirate it or something. I just really don't want to. I can't pirate stuff and then try to figure out when it's on and watch that too. It's just like, and then I'd have to, not only would I have to break the law to get it, then I'd have to share it. It's for Steve. So I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm a kind of a physical media guy. I buy crap like, I just bought Cynthia Rothrock Undefeatable for like $45, but
yikes.
I don't think it's that good, but anyways.
That's
Vinegar
Syndrome.
That's Vinegar Syndrome, yeah. So anyway, so I'm a physical media guy, so I don't really like to pirate stuff, but I'd have to do that for AEW. And I mean, for AAA is cool too, but you just can't. I don't know what's going on, so it's hard for me to to mention anything. When I was at Vinegar Syndrome last night, though, there's a guy wearing a Blue Demon shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, Blue Demon. He's like, yeah. So we talked a little bit there. Anyway, I like Santos Escobar. The other people, Angel, and what's the other guy's name?
Angel and Berto.
Angel and Berto. Yeah, Berto. Yeah, there you go. They're okay. I really like. I like Rey Mysterio from day one.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee is awesome. Even like
Dragon
that
Lee
action.
is super awesome.
Dragon Lee is super awesome.
Zelina Vega.
Oh hell yes!
And like, Carlito is so funny.
I like Carlito. I wish she would just be this.
I like blonde Zelina the best. Yeah. That to
I
me.
think I just like the normal.
And then redhead Zelina is 2 for me. Number 2 is redhead Zelina.
Red, yeah. I like this is good.
Yeah. But
but this is like getting too weird.
No. I don't like blue and orange, well, not orange, but blue and like whatever Zelina. I don't care.
Like purple and all this weird.
I don't care about that. I just want like blonde or red is to me Zelina. Carlito is hilarious, but Carlito needs the mustache and the beard. I'm convinced of that. He needs that. If he doesn't have that, it's not as great. Clean cut Carlito is not as good as facial hair Carlito.
Yep, I like Carlito. I think he's really good.
Oh, yeah, he's.
I like all of the LWO whatever version it is. Look, Rey Mysterio was the one. I mean, I love Santo and Blue Demon. I watched all those movies.
Yep.
And I own everyone that you could get in every version that's available to actually get properly with English subtitles or dubbed.
Yep. So
I have all of those movies. They're all great, and I love the luchador stuff. So I do like LWO. I don't know why. I'm just kind of like into that.
Yep.
I would wear LWO shirts, but I'm scared to do any of that now because of the times we live in where someone who's actually a fan of this crap can't even wear it because he's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But I might just risk it and get a shirt anyways. But I like Zelina Vega. I like Elektra Lopez.
You're appropriating.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no, I'm a fan. It's like, anyways, I like Carlito. I think he was badass.
I love Carlito. Cool. I love Carlito. I wish they would do more of him.
Yeah, he's great. So, yeah, he does. You know what? You're right. He super needs to have that the facial hair.
The facial hair Carlito is undeniable.
Yeah, you have to. Right. Look, you're correct. But it's a very, very good pound for pound. It's 90 pounds of really nice.
Yeah. It's what Joe is saying is undeniable. If she's in there against someone like Jade Cargill or someone like Bianca Belair or someone like Nia Jax, she will be
dead.
like splattered on the ground.
Yeah.
But I love her coming out. I just get such a kick out of Zelina Vega.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she likes manga, and she has Naruto tattoos, so that's cool.
There you
go. Yeah, I like Carlito. I think he's pretty good. At least they're giving him something to do now with this whole Dragon Lee angle. It's like, oh, he attacked him from behind to take his spot and everything. Well, how much longer is Rey Mysterio gonna go? You think? He's getting slower. The problem is I like him so much. He's built up so much goodwill that I don't want to like go against him in any way.
I'd say he's what, 48, 49 now?
Yeah, let's see.
He's going to be 50 this year, man.
Wow, 49.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You can go past 50, but I think at most he's got 2 to 3 years.
I mean, look at this. Like look at when it. Oh man, like when it was
Prime Rey.
Oh, Prime Rey Mysterio was just like the
awesome.
Damn best, man.
But I do have to say, his feud with the Big Show was, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the funniest things I've literally ever seen in a wrestling ring. The Big Show picked him up off a stretcher. He picked up the entire stretcher with Rey Mysterio tied to it and hit him into a ring post.
Yeah.
And I
remember that.
Cried with laugh. I could not help it. I love Rey Mysterio, but that happening made me laugh my ass off. I know you were supposed to boo the Big Show, but I had the exact it had the exact opposite reaction for me. I just saw
there it is.
Yeah, there is. He literally picks him up and uses him almost like a baseball bat on a ring post. There is
this looks like me versus my niece. Oh my god! This is wow. That's insane. His angle there. Kurt Angle, you mean?
Kurt Angle's had so many great feuds. Kurt Angle is a Kirk Angel.
Kirk Angel.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. What about Raisin?
What about you? What about Raisin?
Chris Jericho, man. Well, no one's going to be funnier than Chris Jericho, that's for sure. Look, I just had to type CHR and they knew who I wanted to look at.
Chris Jericho.
Oh dear, this is not looking too good.
Yeah, this is now.
But this Chris Jericho was the greatest right here.
This is now past 50 Chris Jericho.
How old is Chris Jericho?
53.
Wow.
But man, classic
funny.
Chris Jericho is one of the best.
They don't have. Oh my god, are they selling LDF?
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, it's definitely good with Elektra in there for sure. This is like super powerful.
With them with Elektra, it's far better than it was with Zelina. Zelina needed to go to LWO and Elektra needed to go to the Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, she suits like her image and her like look and everything just suits with them better.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just gone on too long.
That's too bad, man. God, it came.
Heavily booed. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Well, so who else do we got? Is anyone else? So LA Knight, I feel like he's just in this weird pause right now.
LA Knight comes out and the people lose their minds. Rightly so. He's definitely got one of the best characters in there. But they seem to be in a situation where they're like, he doesn't need a belt to get over. He doesn't need the belt to... Like the question, so there's two situations, and Becky Lynch has always talked about this. Either the wrestler needs the belt or the belt needs the wrestler.
Right.
In this case, he would be the perfect guy to be on Raw as a champ. But is it better that he is the champ or he chases the belt? Yeah. And he would be the one to do it, Joe. He would be the one to do it.
That would probably be the best
scenario.
Yeah, that would probably be the best scenario.
Like LA Knight winning the US belt off Logan Paul, I think would be the right move.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, Chad Gable has to win that Intercontinental Championship off Sami Zayn. I wasn't thrilled that Sami was the one who took it off Gunther. I thought it should have been Chad Gable.
Right, I agree with you.
But now that Chad Gable's a heel, he must take it off Sami.
Yeah, I think he will take it off Sami.
I think so too. I mean, it's just a matter of time. But like the problem is that with Sami Zayn is before the Bloodline, what was he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He was in a match with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah. Yeah,
and Johnny
what the
Knoxville
hell?
beat him.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Like, what everyone forgets is that Sami Zayn was popular because of what they did with him in the Bloodline.
Right. Yeah, no, I know.
Now that he's no longer in the Bloodline, and the Bloodline, quite frankly, is not what they used to be. You can't have, like, Sami Zayn is going back to where he was. He's lost that fire, that push.
Yeah, Sami Zayn is just that. Yeah, I guess that, like, because he was so heavily involved in that story, and you felt bad for him. You know, you kind of were. I got super pumped up for him. I'm like, oh, I'm so pumped up for this guy right now. And then now that the kind of the OG bloodline is gone, and he got this new bloodline, it's like he doesn't have anything to do.
No. Well, I think you're going to see Jay and Jimmy team up and take on the new bloodline.
Yeah, that is what's going to happen. It'll be Jimmy and Jay versus their
brother and his
brothers and
his brother. Well, their brother is Solo. So Solo's their brother, their legit brother.
Right.
The other two guys are Samoan. I don't know what the relation is of Haku to, like, Rikishi. Because Rikishi is the Usos and Solo's dad.
Okay.
And Haku is the other two. One's adopted, as Joe said, and the other guy's biological. Right. But what is the relation of Haku to Rikishi? That I can't tell you.
Right. Yeah, so who knows? That's messed up.
Yeah.
While we're here, this is Steve's website for his books and stuff. So he doesn't do any YouTube channel. He doesn't do any stuff for his channel, but like check out his webpage for his books and stuff that he's working on. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually like Solo Sikoa, but I like, this is weird. I like him, but I'm not pumped up for him. I like him. I'm like, but they got. I actually like this better now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now that he's doing stuff, let's see what happens, right? So who are the other two guys? It was
Tama Tonga.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Tama Tonga. Yep.
And it was like Tonga Loa as LOA, I think.
Tonga Loa. All right. Wow. I mean, okay. So, here you go. There, that's the new bloodline right there. Yeah, that's the new
Tanga, not Tonga. Sorry, Tanga.
Tanga. Okay, doesn't matter. It found Tanga. Okay, Tanga Loa and Tama Tonga. Wow, that is going to be the most hardest
thing. Who am I looking at right now?
Wow, that's going to be really tough.
Thank God, Soul has a blonde mohawk.
It's like, help us out here.
Someone help. One guy's got to dye their beard blonde. Other than Solo.
Yeah. All right, so that's.
They're like, oh my God, it's Tanga Loa. I'm like, Tonga. I'm like, why does everyone's name sound the same?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I was like, and there's someone. I literally thought this guy put on this guy's pants, or I'm like, why is this guy? Was that where was that? Was that no? Yeah, it was this.
Yeah.
No, this wasn't. Was this? This wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Backlash.
this guy jumped in. I was like, why did he go back and put on a shirt and change his pants? I'm like,
and why is Stan Lee naming all these guys? Yeah. Jacob Fatu, I heard good things about him. Jacob Fatu. But like I'm just weirded out that Stan Lee has named all the Bloodline people. Because it's like it all starts with the same word except Tanga Loa, I guess. That's the one difference. But otherwise, even Roman Reigns.
Right.
You know. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know this, Jimmy Uso's wife is Naomi.
Okay. Oh yes, I thought I'd heard that. Sorry, just
because
this.
They mentioned it during the match that when Bayley and Naomi did the 1D on, I don't know the 1D. I'm like, it's the 3D guys, but okay, 1D. The 1D on Tiffany. Corey Graves said, "Well, you know, she has a lot of experience with that, or something like that, or she would know about that." And that was basically saying,
okay,
she's married to Jimmy Uso.
Tiffany Stratton Olympics? What was that?
I think she was in the Olympics.
Yeah,
dude.
there you go. Yeah,
she's a gymnast.
Yeah. These are all any IG pictures won't show clear on here. Yeah. There you go. Oh, there you go. You can get Tiffany's. So she was a gymnast. Oh, okay. I thought. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's dating. What's his face? Ludwig, right?
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yep.
Possibly the worst name for a villain. Like it's almost like from like one of those serials, like the Nazi villain is named Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
I was kind of like, and his haircut, I'm like, seriously, dude? You beat up that other guy. I'm like, it literally, like, who is this man he's beating up? Oh, he's been his partner for like 2 years or whatever. I'm like, he's a blip.
Yeah. Yeah, here's like when she's just doing the bodybuilding, or kind of like, I don't know if she was just doing the bodybuilding stuff or like as a gymnast. This is before the fixer upper. Like this was, or where was it? It's like, this is not the same as no. what it was over here.
No.
Where is it? Like this, right?
Yeah, it's like paging Dr. Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she's a great character. She's really funny.
She's one of the best characters there is.
Yeah, it's super funny.
Like, but again, she's starting to run into that whole Hey, she's becoming a face.
Yeah.
Just because people are cheering her, because she does the big athletic moves. It's almost impossible. People appreciate talent, and Tiffany Stratton has talent in spades. As much as she, the buff Barbie, the snobby centered universe. I mean, I thought her whole thing with Fallon Henley when she was like a cowhand for a day was adorable.
Oh, that was super funny.
Fallon's like, Tiffany, you're walking. Why can't you even walk properly? I like Fallon Henley. She's in my top 5.
Yeah, she's awesome. Now she's going to be a villain.
I'm excited for her to be a villain.
Yeah,
because she was directionless as a face.
Yeah, she'll be a good heel. It's like, where's the? Let's go time 24 hours. Let's see. Where is it? Is it going to? No, they're not. Oh, this was so silly. This thing with Lash Legends, and then she's
I was completely confused with that. I was like,
I have no idea what the hell's going on. Tiffany did have.
She did.
Yes, she did.
She has been enhanced.
all of those very athletic bodybuilder kind of women, they just, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
So yeah, that's why. But yeah, no. Oh, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, Lash Legend, when she came out, I just loved it. I was just completely confused about what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm still confused. I'm like, whatever.
All right, let's take a look at our poll here. So it was 36% said 5 out of 5, 36% said 4 out of 5, 18% said 2 out of 5. So 18% was 2 out of 5 was third, and then 9% said 3 out of 5. So 11 votes.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very anticlimactic after WrestleMania. And you got to sort of think of that when you go into Backlash. I think the crowd enhanced this pay-per-view a lot more than it had a right to be.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they did what they could with what they did. Have a month to put it together. That's fine. I agree with Joe. I'd like to see Cody and AJ one last time, maybe at Saudi Arabia.
Uh-huh.
But for a build-up in the storyline. Right now, it was just, Cody admired AJ Styles. AJ Styles wanted the belt. Okay. But let's put something in here. Right?
Well, that's that. I've got, just to let everybody know, tomorrow night is episode 41 of the Legion live stream. So it's Legion of Superheroes 197. Superboy starring the Legion 197 is going to be tomorrow night. Wow, that's going to be epic. The other 3 issues are fine. Actually, the second issue that you see there, that Superboy with the 3 Superboys standing with that lamp, the spotlight hiding their face, I just bought that today. I just bought that issue today. So I'm going to post a video of what I got. Should be posting that hopefully tonight, actually. So make sure you look for that. And then this Friday is Fantastic Fridays, where we do 4 issues of Fantastic Four every Friday. We're covering Jack Kirby's entire run of the Fantastic Four, 102 issues plus 6 annuals, 108 issues in total. And also, Sean and I are going to the Transformers 40th anniversary event, or whatever event. I think that's what they're calling it. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the first 4 episodes on the big screen with a table read and some extra stuff. So we're going to check that out. We still have 2 more streams left to cover to finish off Transformers Season 3, Generation 1. Once that is done, we will be moving to X-Men, the animated series, starting from episode 1. We're going to do about 10 to 15 episodes of stream for that. So we're going to breeze by X-Men animated series, and we might come back to Transformers after that. Let's say a quick thank you to all of the Legionnaires. These are the channel members. I wanted to say thanks to you guys. So Dan, Sean, Steven, who you saw tonight on my panel here with me, Clobby, who you see all the time on the streams, Brennan, Cliff on Comics, RR, Philip, Picasso, and Classic Comics. Thank you guys. I appreciate your support. You guys are awesome. I wanted to mention them in the beginning of the stream and I forgot, so I want to re-mention them again at the end. All right, everybody, that is it. Steve, have you got any updates to give anybody about anything upcoming?
My latest book is just it's I'm just doing the final edit on it, and then I'm going to get the cover done, and then it's going to come out.
Awesome.
I'll start the next one.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We do cover all the wrestling pay-per-view. So if you're here just for the wrestling, we'll be back for the next pay-per-view. If you're here for just the general stuff, then check out everything else. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.
See you later.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.